talking into a lot of crazy stuff, but you know, everything he's talking into paid off, and it was the exhilarating ride. And you'll give it up for my brother, Brian. He and I All right. Can y'all hear me? Is this sound good?
Yeah.
Good. All right, very good. All right. Well, Josh, big shout out to everybody for coming out here. Got a nice looking crowd. Glad everybody saw how they were drinking. All right. And of course, big shout out to Team 300. All right, let's work on that. A real owl on three. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Who was
An eagle crashing.
Well, guys, listen, y'all are in for a treat today. I mean, we got a real, just a power-packed lineup. You know, I mean, I think we put some things together that if you guys pay attention to, right? If you take notes and take this thing serious, like Josh said, you know, guys, this is the opportunity to change your life. And we don't just say that just, you know, I mean, it's something to say. It's changed my life. It's changed so many people's lives around the country, right? And there's going to be somebody here today who's going to take this serious. Somebody's going to write down everything. They're going to take it home and they're going to implement, not just, you know, ponder on, but actually implement the things that said today. And you know what? It's going to change their life. It's going to happen, right? Somebody in here is going to be a future partner, future RVPs, right? I don't know who it is, but hey, why not you? Right? So let's take the things that we get from today's series. So, guys, a few months ago, right, I was, you know, I've been doing a lot of traveling, and I went to this, you know, particular hotel. You know, they're not hotels and whatnot, and you know, I went to the gym that morning. Woke up early, went to the gym, and before I go to the gym, well, when I'm at the gym, the first thing I like to do is a little bit of cardio, right? So I got on the elliptical. Y'all saw me in the gym this morning. Derek, I was right next to you. You saw me, right? You saw me. He's lying to me.
I mentioned
But sometimes I go in the gym. But anyway, when I do, I start out with some cardio. And when I got on this elliptical, y'all, you know, the first thing when I jumped on, there was a sign right in front of my face. It said, "Please social distance." Right? And then it had an arrow pointing saying 6 feet. All right? So we know why that is. You know, it's not happening today, but we know why it's to social distance, right? Because they are saying that, you know, our proximity to someone, how close we are to them, depending on that, whatever they have, well, they can potentially get you sick, right? You know, I mean, around the world, social distancing is a huge thing, right? We see it in grocery stores. You know, we see it in, you know, airports. Wherever we go, we hear social distancing. And I thought about it, I was like, man, you know what? Social distancing, y'all, really plays a large role in our business. Okay? Believe it or not. Plays a large role in our business. And I was about to drink from the And, you know, as I thought about it, I was like, you know, we got to be careful because our proximity to someone could affect us in a large way. You know, 2 years ago, we didn't know how that affected us, right? But now we're very keen on that. And so I want you guys to write this stuff down, okay? Because these are things, y'all, that every one of us is susceptible to, right? Any one of us can get infected. So the first thing, guys, that, you know, we have to social distance from is past letdowns and failures. Past letdowns, okay? Guys, we've all been let down before. Like, no one is exempt from that, right? You know, maybe it's a relationship. You were in a relationship that you loved the person, right? You cherished that person. You gave them your all, but you know what? That relationship just didn't work out the way you hoped, right? And we've all known people who had those type of relationships, and they came away when it didn't go the way they hoped. They came away from it scarred, right? They weren't as freely giving with their heart, right? They were skeptical about relationships overall. And you know what? Some people never get over that. You know, maybe it's a past job. Okay? You know, I had this job where I was selling this, medical discount card, right? We sell it over the phone. You know, I was a top agent doing it. And so they moved me to a trainer. And they said, listen, if you can do some things as far as production, we'll compensate you. So I wrote this script. I remember I wrote it down and trained everybody how to use it. Our sales quadrupled. But long story short, the company didn't live up to the promise, right? They were happy with the sales, but you know what? They didn't want to compensate me afterwards. And you know, the truth of the matter is, guys, that's not an uncommon story in corporate America. Some of you guys have experienced things like that as well, right? And you know, that can make somebody go to the next job or the next opportunity, again, skeptical about that opportunity, right? Not willing to share ideas or trusting of people. So, guys, social distancing is important. And we have to social distance from those past letdowns and failures. And, you know, if we're not careful, y'all, if we keep these things at the forefront of our head, just our past letdowns, past disappointments, what can happen is, you know, it reminds me of a story. See, this man was walking through an elephant camp. And this is a true story. Walking through an elephant camp, and he's walking, and he's noticing all these huge elephants, right? But he was confused because these huge elephants had this little bitty rope tied around their legs. And they wouldn't break free. And he was like, man, these little ropes can't hold these big elephants. So he was just confused at how is this possible? So he asked the trainers, like, you know, what's going on? How is this little rope able to hold these massive elephants? And the trainer said that when they're babies, we take this same rope, that same little rope, and they can't break free when they're babies. They're small. It's enough to hold them at that point. But as they grow older, they're conditioned to believe that this little rope can hold them when they're adults. And so get this, y'all. They don't even try to break free at that point. Now, they have the ability to just easily tear it up, right? And easily get the freedom that they wanted. But since they're conditioned from their past letdowns to think that they can't break free, they don't even try. And you know what? We don't want to be like that elephant, right? Because there's some people in here, guys, some of you have greatness in you, but you know what? You quit trying. You quit giving your all. You think that this little rope, these little past letdowns can hold you back.
That's good.
We don't want to be that. So we have to social distance from those past letdowns. You know, and I thought about it more. You know, if we really want to reach our potential, if we really want to capitalize on this opportunity, guys, we have to social distance from our ego. Our ego. You know, I want to keep it real with y'all today. Okay? Is that all right? I'm going to keep it 100, okay? Guys, the reality is this. Some of you here today would be 10 times further than where you are now if you would social distance from your ego. But we're letting our ego keep us from the lifestyle that we want to live. We're letting our ego keep us from, progressing and growing in financial freedom. And guys, like I said earlier, everyone is susceptible to this. The reason that I know is because, listen, I experienced it. I lived it. And you know what? I had to look in the mirror and just be honest with myself. I had to look in the mirror and be truthful and be honest about my shortcomings. Be honest about the things that I was doing wrong. And you know what? Sometimes that's hard to do, right? Because that can be hurtful. It can be an ego bruiser to be honest about those things. So we have to be mature. And again, honest with ourselves about that. And guys, what we end up doing, if we're not honest, we convince ourselves that, you know what, we can continue to do everything the exact same way that we've been doing. We can continue doing it the exact same way, and hopefully we're going to experience different results. And we all know that's not going to happen. You got to social distance from it. You got to social distance from that ego. And guys, you know, the truth is we all got to humble ourselves. All right? We got to humble ourselves. I know I had to. I want everybody to say humble myself. Humble myself. Say it like you mean, say humble myself. Humble myself. Guys, I feel that our ego, if we're not careful, our ego can put a cloud, right? It can put a haze or a fog, so to speak, on reality. Right? We don't really see things the way that we are, but when we humble ourselves, right, it allows us to see clearly. And it'll take strength, right? It'll be uncomfortable, but let it happen. So social distance from that ego. What else? What else? You got to social distance, y'all. Write this down from doubters. From the doubters. Now, someone may confuse that, you know, with haters. We always hear about, man, those haters, they're hating on me. No, I'm not talking about the haters. I said the doubters, right? Because two different things. Because, y'all, a hater, by definition, is one who hates, right? One who hates. Look it up. Got that straight from Webster. One who hates.
Urban Dictionary.
But a doubter, y'all, see, a doubter can love you with all their heart. But because of the way they're raised, maybe past their insecurities, you know, maybe just, you know, what they believe is possible, what ends up happening is they project their insecurities onto you. So really what they're saying, y'all, is that, you know what, I don't think that I can do that. I don't think that I can do that. And so they project that onto you. And you know what, that's okay. Maybe they can. Maybe they're right about that. But just because they can't do it doesn't mean that you can't, that I can. And guys, listen, you know, I have the best mom in the world, okay? Put your mom against my mom is gonna win. I'm just telling you right now, my mom is the best, all right? Y'all got a problem with that. See me after. But anyway, y'all, my mom, you know, she's a kind, selfless woman, right? Loving woman. My dad was a great dad. He was a hard-working man, you know, I mean, just a strong man. And you know what, both mom and dad told me at one point, you know what, Brian? You should go get a regular job. Okay, go get a regular job. And when they told me that, you know, man, I don't see this insurance stuff. You know, I don't see it. When they told me that, guess what? They weren't telling me because they were haters. They thought in their hearts that was the best thing for me. They were giving me the best advice that they could give me. Right? So, this is an interesting one. How do you distance yourself? How do you social distance from doubters? Because it could be your spouse. It could be your best friend. How do you do it? You have to social distance here. In your mind. You have to social distance from that mentality. Y'all. Listen, it is okay to dream bigger than the person that you're with. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. Don't let their inability to see what could be in the future stop you from pushing forward. You might say, okay, well, what if it is my wife, Brian? What if it is my husband? I gotta hear this stuff all the time, man. All the time. Well, listen, there's a quick way to stop the doubt. Y'all wanna know? Quick way to stop the doubt. You wanna know? Prove them wrong. Prove them wrong.
Not divorce.
Okay? Get a little success under your belt. Get off your butt. Go to work. Work hard. Work smart. And guys, watch what that success will do for dollars. They'll stop doubting quick. Mom, don't tell me to go get a job no more.
Straight up.
But you won't do it being lazy. You won't do it being complacent. You won't do it saying, woe is me. So don't let yourself be the cause of that doubt. So social distance from those doubters. Then finally, guys, write this down. You have to social distance from mediocrity. Stop being comfortable and content with average. You deserve more than that, guys. Your family deserves more. Guys, the average American makes $50,000. Now look, I'm not knocking that, okay? People have hard work. Listen, my mom worked before she retired. She was 40 years at the bank. And when she retired after 40 years, guess what she was making? $50,000, okay? I look at those numbers, and again, I'm not knocking it, but I just want more. And, with this opportunity, guys, everybody here, we positioned ourselves to be able to get more. If we take full advantage of the opportunity. And guys, I was just thinking, man, the lifespan of a human in America is not quite, but almost 80 years. Okay, so about 79, really. You break that down, 365 days a year. Guys, we live about 29,000 days. 29,000. Does that seem like a lot? Don't seem like a lot to me. If you're 26 years old, you've used 1/3 approximately of those days. At just 26. I'm 41 years old. So I've used over half of my 29,000 days. And guess what, y'all? I'll never get them back. Ever. Now here's the thing. Listen, none of us are promised 80 years, right? We've seen people, die at a much younger age than that. So we aren't promised that. But here's the thing, guys. It's not always the number of days you live, but it's the quality of the days that you live. It's not the number of the days you live, but it's the quality of the days that you live. Did you use your days, or are you using those days to really push towards your potential? Or are you using it to get better and grow? Or are you constantly pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone? Or are those days, are you using those days to chill? To relax? To coast? Or are your days being lazy? Or are you using them being timid? So look, I can't go back, obviously, and change anything. But for me, I want to use the rest of these days and use them all and see how far I can get. Some people ask me, we have a conversation, Brian, when are you going to retire? And my answer is every time is I'm not going to retire. Okay? I'm not going to retire. I want to use the rest of my days that I have left. I want to work every day to grow as a man, right? To grow as a husband, as a leader, as a son, a friend, and see what happens. See where it takes me. Guys, so we have to stop wasting precious days on mediocrity. Life is short. Use every day to your advantage. So, guys, whenever we see those signs, and we're going to see them everywhere, we're going to continue to see them, but we should see more. We have to social distance from past letdowns, social distance from our egos, distance ourselves from doubters and from mediocrity. Guys, 2022 is going to be our biggest year yet.
Yes.
I had the opportunity to attend a partners meeting with Integrity, Nick as well as Isaac. And guys, after I saw that meeting, I shared this with some of the leaders, man, my mind was blown, okay? NASB is going to do things that's never been done before. Guys, we're going to make history. And this is we're going to look back and just see. And guys, the people in this room, again, the people who are serious are going to be the ones who are going to benefit the most from this. And, we want as many people here, guys, to be able to join us on that trip as possible. So, guys, this is our opportunity, right? So don't let it pass you by. Can I get a ow? Ow! One more time. Ow! Ow! All right, say it like you mean it. Come on now. Ow! Ow! All right, thank you so much, guys. Appreciate that.
Woo! Sorry, that's another me. Haters still ain't recovered from the other me. That's another me. Now that's a true me. Can't forget about the other me. Somebody love for me.
Let's give it up for Brian one more time.